taking you nowhere. Angel, come up, baby. Look at that sky, life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young. Come up, baby.
Well, it's been week 13 since we moved back to this old Calgary house in 93 days. And one of the things that really saddened me when we first moved was the state of the front porch of the house. It had become a big junk pile. Someone had been parking a motorcycle in here for many, many years, and it really stunk quite badly. And we found out why. One of the neighbors was telling us that last summer a group of skunks had actually buried underneath the porch and were living. So we really have been working hard on making the porch scent-free and a place you'd want to hang out. So the porch has come a long way. The things we did this week to sort of finish it off was we painted the walls and the ceiling. It took a while for us to get the correct color, but everything is working well. Also, when we first arrived, there was one single 15-watt blue bulb in here, and we replaced it with some amazing track lighting. We were able to pick up these tracks lighting fixtures for $2 each at the Restore, the Habitat for Humanity, and we were able to then just get a track, and we're really happy with it. The other thing we did was when we first arrived, we had to pull out the rug because it had all the oil and such from the motorcycles. It was disgusting. We pulled up the old carpet and some underlaying tiles. And what we did is we put something called Damp Pro on, which is an underlayment. We were able to get some really nice gray Berber carpet. So we installed carpet this week, and we also were able to finish around with some baseboard. So now the mural can be lit and it can be seen, and it actually is now listed on the Sunnyside Art Walk map. You can see the link in the notes, but this neighborhood is known for people doing big murals in their garages, but we also have one in our front porch, so we're really happy about that. Much work in the front yard took place this weekend. So over to you, George.
So we had a gutter up here that was leaning the wrong way. It's actually supposed to all drain way down at the other end. But I think partly because there was a tree trunk growing into it, and also the roof sagged and everything sagged, a tremendous amount of water was coming down just off the edge of this thing and into this bucket that we put here, this wash tub. So what I did today is I cut a hole, a couple of flaps out of that gutter, and installed this one, bits of remaining gutter
that we had in the backyard.
Maybe they're called leaders.
Oh, was this from the garage? I think a lot of this was from the garage.
Some of this is from the garage, yeah. Some down pipes here, and so we had some elbows, so now we are draining it neatly into the garden area. Eventually we'll get another rain barrel, and we can just attach it right here and collect more water. Learning every day. All right, I think we can finally declare our front porch and deck done, because what we did this week is part of our truck run, and so we picked up a big sheet of lattice, so we're able to finish the lattice beneath the deck. Before it only went up to here, about just past the steps, and now it goes all the way over. It just looks a little cleaner. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but it looks better to us.
And soon we will be tackling the house exterior, which is a real eyesore.
Yeah, and we'll show you some of the colors we're considering.
When we were deciding what type of light to put in the porch, we found this amazing light ceiling fan combination. But when we got it here, we realized it would be too low and it would obscure the mural. So we ended up installing it in the living room, and we love it. It really gets the air circulating. It's beautiful to look at, so we're really happy about that. You might be wondering who this guy is. We have no idea. 2 of these panes were broken when we arrived, and somebody had done a really poor job at just trying to prevent the weather from entering the porch. So we're stuck with them, but we are getting these windows replaced pretty soon.
I want to show you the front garden. When we first moved here, the place looked like a mess. There's a tree from this yard that had overgrown to where I'm standing now. And I worked many an hour cutting and trimming it back until all of the branches were gone. And then we dug up the roots. And then I started to try and plant some things. And this is what it looks like today.
Okay, finally, the other thing we did this week was we borrowed Jeff and Mary Kay's big truck, and we did a couple things. First of all, we went and picked up 14 sheets of drywall and moved them into the basement, which is pretty tricky when there's only 2 of you. And then we took a load to the Spy Hill landfill. We took all the remnants of the fence and our old dishwasher. Now, going to the Spy Hill landfill is like going to Mordor.